The stamps of the Italian Republic rare of value. The 2022 San Luigi Arini stamps. They were issued on the occasion of the 150th anniversary of the birth of Luigi Arini, priest and founder of the Small Work of Divine Providence, Male Religious Institute of Pontifical Right. Luigi was born in 1872. And during his mandate he mediated on behalf of Pope Pius XI with the Italian government of Benito Mussolini, as well as being actively involved in missions around the world. He is remembered for having performed miracles in his history. Today canonized and become a saint. These stamps look simple. In the center his figure. Behind Jesus and the Madonna. Over. The inscription commemorating the 150th anniversary of his birth. Or 1872 and 2022, the latter year of issue. Quatrain recently issued today is worth $50. The stamps of the 2021 restart. They were issued a year later from the discovery and pandemic of COVID, which effectively blocked the country and closed all Italian cities. These stamps represent the restart of the country, the opening of cities to the people. On the center, you will see the different buildings and landscapes that you will easily find in the cities that are written a little below. Beside the inscription, Italy starts again. Strong symbols of the various cities. They are a clear invitation to the desire to relive the main cities of Italy. 45,000 stamps issued. Today the entire collection is worth $60. Cesare Macari's stamps of 2019. 20,000 copies were issued. But only 5,800 pieces were marketed and used in the world of philately. Cesare Macari. He was a painter and etching artist of the late 19th century. Etching is a drawing technique where nitric acid is used to engrave and draw. The first piece depicts a part of the image of the Senate of ancient Rome. You will in fact see Cicero, consul of the Roman Republic, who pronounces the indictment before the assembly against Lucio Sergio Catilina, which you can see on the second stamp. Catiline was a Roman senator from 100 BC, who tried a conspiracy against the sovereignty of the Roman Republic and to the oligarchy of the Senate. Very significant stamps that have been part of the history of ancient Rome. Today they are worth $170. The stamps of the World Exhibition of Philately Year 2019 were issued during the international event, done in Verona on May 24, 2019. During the event, the Italian Post Office issued these old stamps, already exhibited in 1998. During another world exhibition that was held in Milan from 23 October to November 1, 1998. You will notice several images and depictions, in addition to the stamps supplied above. Top left the inscription, Italia 750, indicating the nominal value of the piece. Below instead, the inscription Rome, which refers to the capital of Italy, with next to T, year in which these stamps were printed or in 1997. And then exhibited the following year. These pieces put on display again in 2019 at Verona Fiel. Today they are worth $210. The postage stamps for adults in the year 2006. 30,000 copies were issued and were printed and given away by the Ministry of Communications, only to citizens who had just turned 18, in recognition of having reached the age of majority, and thus entering the world of adults. They are two pieces of different color. Blue for males, red for females. They depict the number 18 in the center, which indicates the attainment of the 18th year of age or the age of majority. A little higher a horse. Symbol of means used in antiquity for the movement of communications. One of these stamps is now worth $500. 1926 St. Francis postage stamp commemorates the 7th centenary of the death of St. Francis, also known as Francis of Assisi. Lived in 1200, a wealthy family who chose to strip himself of his possessions and dedicate his life to poverty. In the center the image of a deceased Francis with the stigmata on his feet and hands, around his head the aura that recognizes him as a saint of the Church. Around him the so-called Franciscan friars who are part of the Franciscan order. Above the image the inscription commemorating the 7th centenary of the death of Francis. In fact on the left you can see the actual date of death 1226 and on the right the date 700 years later, 1926. This 1.25 lira stamp is today worth $450.
'Cause damn, I was built to last.
The war propaganda stamps were printed in some specimens from the Kingdom of Italy in 1942. The rarity of these pieces is due to the non-issue of prints in large-scale trade. Several thousand were printed but in fact remained unpublished. You will notice various nominal values that depict symbols, mythologies, military vehicles and weapons, ready to encourage war and the superiority of the Italian nation that it wanted to demonstrate in the conflict. These 3 pieces depicting 6 different images in the collectible market today are worth $500. The 1901 King postage stamp depicts the sovereign Vittorio Emanuele III of Savoy. He ruled for 46 years from 1900 to 1946, and in addition to having held the role of King of Italy, he was also Emperor of Ethiopia during the Italian military occupation from 1936 to 1941. In this stamp it is possible to see him at a young age with his face looking to the right, under the face value of 40 cents of lira. Today this sought-after piece is worth $750. These postage stamps of the Risorgimento plebiscites were issued in 1910 to commemorate an event that marked a radical change in Italy in 1860. In 1860, in various Italian regions invaded and under pressure from the military army of the Savoy family, future sovereign King of Italy, popular votes were held. The people had to choose whether to join the Kingdom of Italy or remain under the government of their own dukes, grand dukes or sovereigns. These stamps commemorate this event that led the vast majority of the voting population to choose to join the Kingdom of Italy, a real plebiscite of consent. Above these pieces you will be able to see the face of Giuseppe Garibaldi, a general military leader who played a fundamental role in the union of the Kingdom of Italy and beyond. He was also the author of several successful milestones that took place in Europe and South America. These 4 pieces are now worth $1,000. This series of the King 1890 depicts the face of the sovereign Umberto I of Savoy, the second king of Italy who ruled for 22 years from 1878 to 1900, remembered for being a good king, and he was the one who abolished the death penalty in the country. Of various values and colors, these pieces are all the same. One of these quatrains can be worth several $100s, but if you own the entire collection then you will find yourself worth $1,100 on hand. The Post Office of 1932 depicts in the center the image of the structure of the building completed and inaugurated in 1932 in the Republic of San Marino. At the top left is the nominal value of the issue, which varies from 20 cents to 2.75 lira. Under the image the inscription Palazzetto della Posta, head office used by the small independent republic for sorting mail in the town. In various colors, this complete set in perfect condition is now worth $500. These 2 sheets of 2015 stamps were issued to commemorate an important event that took place between the Italian state and the Republic of San Marino, namely the agreement to create a scientific and technological park in the city to support competitiveness and internationalization, business and trade in the economy. On the first sheet you will be able to see various writings and images that somehow represent the 3D three-dimensional technology, nominal value €1.60. On the second sheet, instead, the images seem to draw a face that indicate innovation and the technological discovery of new frontiers, nominal value of €2.50. Today these 2 sheets of stamps are worth $800. This 1877 stamp depicts the coat of arms of San Marino in the center, 3 really existing windowed towers that emerge from the mountains, above being an ostrich feather. These 3 buildings are enclosed by a heart-shaped shield with the royal crown on top, which symbolizes independence. On the left and right you will see the inscriptions cents, cents and 10, which represents the face value of this stamp. Under the written postmark there is the word Libertas, which indicates the independence of the city-state from the nation of Italy. Today this stamp is worth $1,150. The 1903 stamps depict almost all the towers of San Marino, which are part of the state coat of arms. They are really existing towers built to defend themselves from the attacks of one of the most influential Italian noble families during the medieval period, the Malatesta, lords of different territories in central Italy. Of various values and colors, this complete series of 12 pieces is now worth $1,250 in the collector's market. The 1890 Towers postage stamp is very similar to the 1877 postage stamp you saw in this video. It differs only in the color, which is orange. In the center the image of the Towers of San Marino, the official coat of arms of the city-state, above the abbreviated inscription Republic of San Marino, on the sides the inscription cents and 5 cents, which is the face value of this stamp. Under the image the inscription Libertas postmark. This piece with a value at the time of its release of about $20 is now worth $2,000.